Please write the chapter's name. Amines. Now in amines हम सबसे पहले आप लोगों को nomenclature थोड़ा सा बता देते हैं, ठीक है? And also the different types of amines. So when we classify amines, then these are three different types: 1 degree, 2 degree, and 3 degree. So 1 degree amines are RNH2. So nitrogen atom is attached to one alkyl group. This is 1 degree amine, primary amine. Then we have R NH2 बोल के हमने NH3 लिख दिया, R NH2. Okay. Then we have R attached with nitrogen atom, and this nitrogen is attached with some other alkyl group R dash and one hydrogen. So the nitrogen atom, when it is attached with two different or two alkyl groups, then it is 2 amine, 2 degree amine. When you have nitrogen atom attached with three alkyl groups, then it is 3 degree amine. ठीक है, just 3 degree amine, primary amine, secondary amine, tertiary amine. ठीक. Now how to name them? The functional group name is amine. तो 1 degree में आपके हम एग्जांपल देते हैं. Sorry. So nomenclature, for example, if we have two carbon atoms and NH2. ठीक. So this will be named as functional group is amine. There are two carbon atoms, so ये हो जाएगा ethane amine. ठीक है. The problem will be there if you have, let us suppose, two carbon atoms, nitrogen atom, and this nitrogen is further attached with a CH3 group. And here we have a hydrogen atom like this. Now, if you look at the nomenclature for this, let me just switch the background. Now, here the functional group is going to be this nitrogen atom that is attached with alkyl group. This, for this NH, I will write functional group is amine. Next, I will talk about the unsaturation. Unsaturation, there is no double bond. That is why it is going to be AN. Then I will talk about the parent. The longest carbon chain that is attached with nitrogen is the two carbon atom ethyl, eth rather. So parent is going to be eth. And whatever is left after the identification of parent, unsaturation, and functional group is known as the substituent. So right now, the substituent that we are having is the CS3 group. So the CS3 is methyl. So methyl is my substituent. The main thing that is different in this particular class of compound, that is amines, is the numbering of substituent. So when something is attached with the nitrogen atom, we identify it by writing N-methyl. So now the name will become, you just need to write from substituent to functional group, you will be writing N-methyl ethane amine. ठीक है. Similarly, if you have, let us suppose you have three carbon atoms and nitrogen में आपके पास लगा हुआ है एक CH3 and here also you are having CH3. So for this, as you can see, there are two methyl groups. There are two methyl groups, and both are attached on nitrogen. तो जैसे हम लोग करते हैं ना 2 डाइमिथाइल, अगर सेकंड कार्बन पर रहता है, उसी तरह से यहाँ पे क्या लिखेंगे हम लोग N, डाइमिथाइल. Now it is 3 कार्बन atoms, तो ये prop हो जाएगा प्रोपेन प्रोपेनमीन. ठीक है. So this is how we name different types of amine, and when NH2 is attached with benzene ring, then we call this aniline. ठीक है. So this is all about the nomenclature. Copy this down. So let me switch the background so you can highlight the functional group, unsaturation, parent, and so things. Raise your hand once you're done writing. So let me just scroll up. So you can write this 1 degree, 2 degree, and 3 degree also. Okay, both of you are done. You'll write next. MOP of amines. Now, in method of preparation of amines, the first we have is reduction of nitro compounds. Okay. Now, in reduction of nitro compounds, we can have R NO2, and there are two reducing agent that we can use. The first one is H2 in the presence of palladium, nickel, or platinum, any of the catalyst. And in this, we use a solvent that is ethanol. So ethanol is not taking part in the reaction. It is just providing the surface. It is just a solvent. The other is metal plus HCl. Okay. Any metal, not any metal. The metal that we can use is Fe or Sn. We can either use tin or we can use iron. Both of these is going to give you R and H2. R and H2. This is going to give you amine with what? The same number of primary amine देगा सबसे पहली बात, and with the same number of carbon atoms. Now, for this you can also use aryl amine. ठीक है, जैसे कि aryl amine, for example, aniline. In the presence of Fe and HCl, you will get NH2. Raise your hand once you're done. Now, right here, पहला note यहाँ सबसे पहले. When Fe plus HCl is used, when Fe plus HCl is used, FeCl3 is formed as byproduct, which is easily hydrolyzed, which is easily hydrolyzed to release HCl gas, to release HCl gas. Therefore, only a small amount of HCl is required. Okay, so you start with a small amount of HCl, then as a byproduct FeCl3 is formed. Now all this reaction, it is happening inside water. So FeCl3 is easily hydrolyzed to form HCl once again, and the same HCl is again used. Then again, it will form FeCl3, it will hydrolyze, it will give you HCl, it is again used. So in the starting, we need a very small amount of the HCl that we are having. Now, next you will write a note that is important. Give me a second. दिस इज इम्पोर्टेंट, ठीक है। देखिए आपके पास जो एलिफैटिक नाइट्रो कंपाउंड्स है ना, फॉर एग्जांपल यू हैव RnO2, this can also be reduced using a good reducing agent, that is lithium aluminium hydride। ठीक है, तो आपको क्या मिल जाएगा, RnH2 मिल जाएगा। ठीक है, lithium aluminium hydride is a reducing agent, so you will get what, aliphatic amine। But when we do the same reaction with aromatic amine, in order to form aromatic amine, if I use LiAlH4, then the nitro compound, it forms a dye. What type of dye it forms? Benzene ring, which is having nitrogen. The nitrogen is doubly bonded with another nitrogen of the nitro group, and then again a benzene ring. Okay, so whenever you have nitrogen double bond nitrogen, so it will be known as azo compound. And since it is colored compound, तो इसको हम लोग बोलते हैं azobenzene या फिर azo dye बोल सकते हैं। Here we are having azobenzene, है ना? Azo means nitrogen double bond nitrogen, and both of these are having benzene ring. So we can write aryl amines cannot be prepared by reduction of nitrobenzene with lithium aluminium hydride। ठीक है, राइट, नेक्स्ट ammonolysis of alkyl halide। ammonolysis of alkyl halide, ठीक है, यहाँ पे ध्यान से देखिए जरा। लेट सपोज यू हैव NH3, a second, we have ammonia and it is treated with alkyl halide RX। Now since the halogen atom is more electronegative, so what will happen, it will pull the electron density from the alkyl group, making the alkyl group delta positive. The nitrogen atom, it has lone pair electrons, so it can attack very easily with the lone pair electron like this. As soon as it attacks, the carbon atom will lose the bond with X, and you will get something like this, PC. R that is bonded with NH3 positive and X negative. Now this is a substituted ammonium salt. Okay, this is a salt. Positive and negative charges are there. When you hydrolyze it, the presence of NaOH, then what will happen? NaCl will be formed, NaX मतलब अगर आपके पास halogen है, and you will form RNH2। ठीक है, RNH2 plus you will have H2O and you will have NaX। ठीक है, so first step में alkyl halide, in the second step we need to add NaOH। now हमारे पास ये RNH2 बन चुका है, please see, don't write, we have here RNH2। ठीक है, now this RNH2, it is also having lone pair electron। now let us suppose when this reaction initially happened, ammonia attacked on alkyl halide, it forms primary amine, there would be some of the alkyl halide still remaining, some of the ammonia is also remaining, some of the alkyl halide is also remaining। now when the reaction proceeds, this alkyl halide which is remaining, it can be attacked with ammonia also and the lone pair nitrogen of primary amine also। so this particular RNH2 can also attack on RX। what will happen now, and second step में NaOH अगर आप डाल दीजिएगा, so what will happen, you will have R nitrogen atom and then again R group with a hydrogen atom like this। now this secondary amine, it is also having lone pair electrons, so it can further react and it will make what, R nitrogen, R and one more R। now this nitrogen, the tertiary amine, it is also having lone pair electrons, so it can once again attack on the RX। ठीक है, and it will form a quaternary ammonium salt। ठीक है, now this N पॉजिटिव विल बी बैलेंस्ड विद द X नेगेटिव दैट वी आर हैविंग, है ना। अब ये यहाँ पे अगर आप और NaOH डालिएगा तो पानी वगैरह नहीं निकलेगा, बिकॉज वी डोंट हैव हाइड्रोजन, एनी हाइड्रोजन हियर रिमेनिंग. So what will happen here? You will get quaternary ammonium salt. ठीक है. So you can easily see that this method of preparation will give a mixture of 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree, and quaternary ammonium salt if you are using this method. But पहले इसी चीज को लिख लेते हैं. This method gives a mixture of 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree, and quaternary ammonium salt. क्वाटरनरी अमोनियम सॉल्ट. ठीक है. अच्छा कृष्णा प्रिया सफिया, जस्ट लेट मी नो अगर आपको ऐसा लगता है कि नो सर, हाउ सर मिक्सचर व्हेन एवरीथिंग इज रिएक्टिंग देन वी शुड ओनली गेट दिस प्रोडक्ट. सफिया एंड कृष्णा प्रिया, ऐसा लगता है क्या आपको that we should get only this last product because each and everything is reacting? Yes, Krishna Priya and Safia.
Yes sir.
Yes, ठीक है. लग सकता है, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सही बात है, लग सकता है ऐसा. ध्यान दीजिए जरा, है ना. देन व्हाइल वी आर सीइंग दैट वी आर गेटिंग मिक्सचर एंड नॉट सीइंग दैट ओके फाइन वी आर नॉट गेटिंग प्राइमरी अमीन बट हमको क्वाटरनरी अमोनियम सॉल्ट ही मिल रहा है, वी आर नॉट, है ना. व्हाई डू वी से वी गेट मिक्सचर? प्लीज सी. When you start the reaction, ध्यान सुनिएगा प्लीज, है ना, ध्यान सुनिएगा. When you start the reaction, ammonia reacts with aldehyde, it forms primary amine. Now, some of the primary amine would be remaining. ऐसा नहीं कि एक ही बार में सारा का सारा रिएक्शन हो जाता है ना. स्टार्टिंग में 10 मॉलिक्यूल ऑफ अमोनिया it attacked on the alkyl halide and billions of molecules of alkyl halide are still remaining. Billions of molecules of ammonia is also remaining. अब जो आपका यहाँ पे जो बचा हुआ RX है, the remaining alkyl halide is attacked by RNH2 और अमोनिया से भी अटैक होता है because both of them are remaining and both of them can attack. Make sense? Yes or no? Yes, Krishna Priya and Safia.
Yes sir.
देख लीजिए, ध्यान से देखिए. अगर आपको अभी भी समझ में नहीं आ रहा तो आप यहाँ पे स्टार्ट कर लीजिए. You have 1000 molecules of NH3 and you have RX 1000 molecules. In the first step what happened? 100 of it attacked NH3 से, 100 ने अटैक किया किस पे? RX पे अटैक किया. ठीक है. You got what? You got RNH2 कितना? 100. ठीक है. नाउ इन द नेक्स्ट सीन क्या है? अब आपके पास रिएक्शन मिक्सचर में क्या क्या तीन चीजें हैं. यू हैव NH3, यू हैव RX एंड यू हैव RNH2. ठीक है. तीन चीजें हैं रिएक्शन मिक्सचर में. हाउ मेनी NH3? 900. हाउ मेनी RX? 900. एंड हाउ मेनी RNH2? 100. नाउ नॉट ऑल द RNH2 विल अटैक हियर ना, क्योंकि 900 यहाँ पे आपके पास क्या है? RX है. ठीक है. यू आर हैविंग 900 RX. Now, some of the RX will be attacked by ammonia, some of them will be attacked by RNH2. When ammonia is reacting, it will form RNH2. Or SOM is all the not all the 100 molecules will be able to attack on RX. No? It is not logically the probability से अगर हम बात करें, then also it is not very possible. Some of the RNH, only some of the RNH2 will attack on the RX, some of them will be unreacted. Make sense? Yes or no, Krishna Priya?
Yes sir.
ठीक है. तो उसी तरह से ये आगे रिएक्शन चलता जाएगा. Some of the RNH2 attack RX form secondary amine. Some of the secondary amine will attack on RX forms tertiary amine. Some of the tertiary amine will attack on RX forms to quaternary amine. ठीक है. Make sense now? That why we are getting mixture, because only some of them are attacking, not all of them will be able to attack. Because ये मतलब प्रोबेबिलिटी की अगर इससे बात करें तभी ये पॉसिबल है नहीं कि सारे के सारे ही अटैक करेंगे. Because we have other molecules also. अब जब आपके पास ये चौथा पास ये आएगा ना, ये RX, this RX will be attacked by ammonia also because ammonia is still there in the solution. It will be attacked with RNH2 also. It will be attacked with RNH2 also. The secondary. It will be attacked with ammonia, primary amine, secondary amine. ठीक है. So अब जो primary amine attack कर रहा है वो secondary amine बना देगा. So you will obviously are going to get mixture. ठीक है. अब थोड़ा सा समझ में आया कृष्ण प्रिया, why we are getting mixture? Yes or no?
Yes sir.
ठीक है. Now if we don't want mixture, then हमको क्या करना पड़ेगा? ध्यान से सुनिए जरा. The problem is what? The problem is alkyl halide. we are having some excess of alkyl halide जो बच जा रहा है ना, alkyl halide क्या हो जा रहा है, बच जा रहा है, and that is why we are having problem that we are getting secondary and tertiary amines. If we reduce the amount of RX, या फिर उल्टा बोल दें अगर हम, if I increase the amount of ammonia and we take ammonia as excess, then what would happen? Only ammonia will be able to attack on the alkyl halide और एक बार में ही रिएक्शन खत्म हो जाएगा. There will be no alkyl halide remaining after even 1 second. Quickly the reaction will be over. And even if let us suppose alkyl halide is remaining, then the amount of primary amine that will be formed will be so much less than compared to the ammonia that we are having. So if you take excess of ammonia, then only ammonia will be able to attack on RX, statistically speaking. Okay, if you have excess of ammonia, then only ammonia will be able to attack on RX and you will get as major product primary amine. So you will write next one, to get primary amine as major product, ammonia, that is what NH3 is taken in excess. When we talk about the reactivity, then alkyl iodide will be fastest, followed by alkyl bromide, followed by alkyl chloride, and least reactive will be alkyl fluoride, वो reaction ही नहीं show करता है. Why? Because the Ci bond is weaker. After this, you will write the third method of preparation, the reduction of nitriles. See here. Reduction of nitriles, it can be reduced using 3 reducing agent, lithium, aluminium hydride. Second is H2 in the presence of nickel or PD or PT, any one of these catalysts. C is sodium amalgam. Amalgam is sodium mixed with Hg in the presence of ethanol. In the presence of ethanol. Okay? So these are the 3 reducing agents that we can use. All of these, any of these 3. So you start with R, C triple bond, and you add here any reducing agent. You will get what? RCH2 NH2. R, the carbon will get 2 hydrogens, CH2 single bond. Nitrogen will get 2 hydrogens, CH2 NH2. Similar reactions can occur if you have aryl nitrile also, CN. This is going to give you not aniline, rather it will give you benzyl amine. You will have benzene ring. Not, you don't write directly NH2, you write carbon atom, that will get CH2 and then NH2. Okay, so this is not aniline, this is benzyl amine. Benzyl का मतलब benzene ring with a CH2 is known as benzyl. You have learned this in haloalkane also. Okay, so you can use any one of these. Right, the fourth one. So fourth one, like reduction of amides. So in reduction of amides, we have R, C double bond O, NH2. Here you are going to use first step lithium aluminium hydride. Second step, you will just add water. You will get R, CH2, NH2. ठीक है, CH2 NH2। इफ यू देखिए वाटर वगैरह ना आप नहीं भी अगर डालें तभी चल जाएगा, लिथियम हाइड्राइड याद रखिएगा ना, वो तो हम नोट्स दिखाते, दैट इज व्हाई आई हैव टू बी वेरी कॉशियस, मतलब उसमें कुछ गलती नहीं होनी चाहिए। इवन इफ यू राइट लिथियम एल्यूमिनियम हाइड्राइड इट विल बी फाइन, डोंट वरी अबाउट टू मच अबाउट हाइड्रोलिसिस ना। वाटर के केस में आप सिर्फ याद रखिएगा कार्बोक्सिलिक एसिड के केस में ना, वाटर इज इंपॉर्टेंट देयर। सिमिलरली यू कैन हैव with benzamide also, C double bond O, NH2, the same reagents, you'll get the benzene ring as it is with C double bond O, my bad, CH2, NH2. This is also what? This is also benzylamine. The fifth method of preparation is important. Gabriel phthalimide synthesis. Gabriel phthalimide synthesis. So phthalimide, it is derived from phthalic acid. If you remember, phthalic acid when treated with an ammonia, it will give you phthalimide. After you get phthalimide, that means you have to heat it once again. So you will get a compound in which looks like this. I think we have done this in the last lecture only. Benzene ring, NH, C double bond O here, and C double bond O here. Okay. Now this hydrogen atom that you are seeing that is on attached with nitrogen atom, this hydrogen is quite acidic because if you remove the hydrogen, the nitrogen will get a negative charge. This negative charge will be stabilized by this oxygen atom, and it will be further stabilized by the resonance in the benzene ring. So this NH is what? It is quite acidic hydrogen atom. When you react this with KOH, so this acidic hydrogen will react, it will form water with the OH, and we will get a salt that is having benzene ring, nitrogen, double bond O here, double bond O here, and this nitrogen will get a negative charge, and it will be stabilized by the K positive. In the next step, we are going to add alkyl halide, that is RX. Now, R, it is attached with halogen atom, which is having more electronegativity. That is why R will get delta positive charge. And this nitrogen atom with a negative charge will attack on the alkyl group like this. Now, this reaction, it is SN, nucleophilic substitution reaction. It is an important aspect that you have to remember. That is how we are the attack on haloalkene from phthalimide is what type of reaction? So it is a nucleophilic substitution reaction. As soon as it attacks, the Kx leaves from here, minus Kx I'm writing, because it is not of importance for us. And what we are remaining with is benzene ring, C double bond O, C double bond O, nitrogen, which is attached with alkyl group. Now, once you add aqueous NaOH to this, the OH negative atom, it attacks on this and it attacks on here, and it is going to give you benzene ring, COO. It forms first of all OH, it attacks as OH negative, but the hydrogen is left and hydrogen is abstracted because of the base, and you get O negative. Here also you will get O negative, double bond O. Both of these negative will be stabilized by Na and Na positive. Plus from here you will get R NH2. These two hydrogen atoms, they are here, R NH2. Okay? So this is what 1 degree amine. So the Gabriel phthalimide synthesis, it is used for the preparation of, this is important because it is a name reaction, used for preparation of 1 degree amines. Next point, aromatic 1 degree amines cannot be prepared By this method, as aryl halide don't show nucleophilic substitution reaction, है ना? Since it is what an SN reaction, and the alkyl group, that is, so what is happening? Nitrogen is attached with the alkyl group. So this RX bond is being broken, and this RX bond cannot be broken in the case of aryl halide because they don't show SN. ठीक है? Now please write this down. Raise your hand once you're done. Arsalan, assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum assalam. What happened? You were absent yesterday?
Yes, sir. मेरा फिजिक्स एग्जाम की प्रिपरेशन में था.
Physics exam. Pre-boards.
Yes, sir. आज था.
Okay. Now you're free. Like all the pre-boards are over.
नहीं सर, बायोलॉजी बाकी है.
Chemistry is done.
नहीं सर, वो भी बाकी है. साइकोलॉजी भी बाकी है.
Achha, most of them are remaining. Okay, all of you are done. Okay. Now, next reaction is quite important for the conversion type of cases. है ना? Conversion questions में ये आ सकता है. Sixth one is Hoffman. Hoffman is like this. Hoffman bromamide. Degradation. Hoffman bromamide degradation. We have here R. The reactants are R, C double bond O, NH2. We have amide here plus bromine, Br2, and KOH. This gives you RNH2. Just remove the CO. You'll get what? RNH2. So here you write used for preparation of 1 degree amine with 1 carbon less than the amide. Okay. Now see, reagent you will see, एक तो आपके पास ये आ गया है ना, Br2, ठीक है, प्लस KOH भी हो सकता है और NaOH, है ना. बेसिकली यहाँ पे बेसिक मीडियम होना चाहिए. ठीक है. सो इफ दे आर गिविंग Br2 एंड KOH NaOH, तब तो यहाँ पे बहुत आसानी हो जाएगी, आपको कुछ दिक्कत नहीं होगी. बट इफ दे गिव यू दिस ना, देन इट विल बी प्रॉब्लमेटिक. NaOBr or KOBr. Generally, students cannot identify that when you are going to react bromine with NaOH or KOH, they are going to give you sodium or potassium hypobromide. ठीक है. So the same reagent it is used for what? The same reagent it is, if you remember, it is used for the iodoform test also. Iodoform में बस iodine use किया जाता है as a test, और haloform reaction, the same reagent are used. ठीक है. Br2 in the presence of KOH or NaOH will give you NaOBr or KOBr ही देते हैं. ठीक है. So both of these reagent are used for what? Hoffman bromide degradation. Both these reagent बोलने की जरूरत ही नहीं है, because both of them are same reagent. दोनों में कोई फर्क नहीं है. ठीक है. Now we can also form aniline from here by using benzene ring. It has amide, C double bond O, NH2, NaOBr, and we will get just NH2 like this. ठीक है. This is aniline. We copy this down. Okay, all of you are done. Krishnapriya, Safia and Arslan, your
Yes, sir.
hands are done. ठीक है, अब देखिए जरा कुछ सवाल. ठीक है, we have CH3, CH2, I. They are saying it reacts with sodium nitrite, NaCN. So it would give a compound A. And then they are saying on partial hydrolysis, OH negative, partial hydrolysis. ठीक है, it is going to be. Then after partial hydrolysis, you are having NaOH in the presence of Br2. They are giving, say they are giving product C. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे देखिए सबसे पहले क्या होगा, CH3 CH2I, when you add NaCN और KCN, A जो होगा आपका CH3 CH2 and CN will be added. ठीक है, then they are saying partial hydrolysis. Partial hydrolysis of nitriles, if you guys remember, it forms amide, and complete hydrolysis it forms carboxylic acid. ये हमने कल के क्लास में मेथड्स ऑफ प्रिपरेशन ऑफ कार्बोक्सिलिक एसिड में पढ़ाया था. ठीक है, तो B will be CH3 CH2 CONH2. We have got amide, bromine दिख गया आपको, so Hoffman bromide degradation will take place, and C में क्या होगा आपके पास, you will have CH3 CH2 CH3 CH2 and the CO will be gone and you will get NH2. So these are A, B and C. Make sense? Yes or no? Please tell me, guys. हाँ जी बताएं.
Yes.
Make sense everyone? ठीक है, अब देखिए, now there are a few reactions that we study in the method of preparation of amines which can be used in conversions also. ठीक है, सवाल देखिए जरा. Question is प्रोपेनॉल, उससे भी अगर हम आगे जाए ना तो उससे भी आगे चलते चलिए. You have propene, to ब्यूटेन नाइट्राइल, प्रोपीन टू ब्यूटेन नाइट्राइल. ठीक है, ब्यूटेन नाइट्राइल नहीं, ब्यूटेन अमीन. ब्यूटेन अमीन, अभी नाइट्राइल हम लोगों ने नहीं पढ़ा. ब्यूटेन अमीन. ठीक है, ब्यूटेन नाइट्राइल बनेगा, उससे आगे हम लोग ब्यूटेन अमीन तक पहुंचा देंगे. सबसे पहले प्रोपीन देखिए, 1 2 3 कार्बन एटम्स, प्रोपीन लाइक दिस. 2 1 2 3 4 कार्बन एटम्स एंड देन यू हैव NH2. ठीक है, तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल I will convert this to alcohol and I will add the alcohol on the last carbon atom. Let's substitute it. इसके लिए hydroboration oxidation. That means the first step is B2H6. Second step is hydrogen peroxide in the presence of a base. We'll get 1 2 3 carbon atoms and the third carbon atom will have OH. Next, I will convert this to an alkyl halide using SOCl2. I will get 1 2 3 carbon atoms and Cl, the last carbon atom, in place of OH. After this, I will react with what? NH2. Sorry, KCN. When I will react with KCN, I will get 1 2 3 carbon atoms, and instead of Cl, we will have CN. Once I have got nitrile, I can convert directly with LiAlH4 to get amine. And as you can see, we are starting with 3 carbon atoms, and this is an important reaction, the KCN, the use of KCN, which is increasing the number of carbon atom by 1. इसको बोलते हैं, ऐसे रिएक्शंस को बोलते हैं असेंड, है ना. असेंडिंग ऑर्डर इन द सेंस, असेंड मतलब इंक्रीज इन द कार्बन एटम इज हैपनिंग. तो दिस इज हाउ यू कैन गो फ्रॉम प्रोपीन टू ब्यूटेन अमीन. अब यहाँ पे हम लोग और भी क्या देख लिया, आपको ये भी सवाल किया जा सकता था, हाउ विल यू गो फ्रॉम प्रोपेनॉल प्रोपेनॉल टू ब्यूटेन अमीन. हाउ कैन यू गो फ्रॉम, व्हाट इज दिस, क्लोरोप्रोपेन क्लोरोप्रोपेन टू ब्यूटेन अमीन. ठीक है, और आपको ये भी बोला जा सकता था ब्यूटेन नाइट्राइल से, हाउ विल यू गो फ्रॉम ब्यूटेन नाइट्राइल टू ब्यूटेन अमीन. ठीक है, सो अभी तो प्रोपीन था, प्रोपेनॉल भी हो सकता है, क्लोरोप्रोपेन भी हो सकता है, ब्यूटेन नाइट्राइल भी हो सकता है ना। सो वी आर कन्वर्टिंग, लाइक यहाँ से भी स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं, दूसरा कन्वर्जन यहाँ से स्टार्ट होता है, तीसरा कन्वर्जन यहाँ से, चौथा कन्वर्जन यहाँ से। ठीक है, सो आपके पास 4 कन्वर्जन एक ही रिएक्शन में आपने पढ़ लिया। ठीक है, प्लीज कॉपी दिस डाउन। मेक सेंस एवरीवन? यस और नो? प्लीज टेल मी। सफिया, कृष्ण प्रिया, अरसलान।
यस सर।
Yes,
यस,
sir.
कॉपी कीजिए। डन एवरीवन?
यस सर।
ठीक है, देखिए अगला सवाल। इथेनोइक एसिड, इथेनोइक एसिड टू मीथेनॉल। ठीक है, अब यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? एथ मतलब 2 कार्बन एटम, मेथ मतलब 1 कार्बन एटम। सो यू आर गोइंग फ्रॉम 2 कार्बन टू 1 कार्बन। ध्यान से देखिए कैसे होगा। वी हैव CH3 COOH। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल I will make this what? I will make this amide. How I will make this amide? Using NH3। ठीक है, सेकंड स्टेप में हीट किया जाता है, NH3 एंड हीट। ठीक है, इवन इफ यू राइट जस्ट NH3 दैट इज फाइन। क्या मिलेगा आपको? CH3 CONH2, यू विल गेट अमाइड। मतलब बताना क्या है हमें? CH3OH। ठीक है, once you got amide you can use Hoffman bromide degradation, that is Br2 in the presence of KOH to get what? CH3NH2। Now we have got a primary amine. We can prepare alcohol from it using what? HNO2, nitrous acid. Nitrous acid, when reacted with primary amine, it gives you alcohol N2 and water. ठीक है, when you react with HNO2 you will get primary alcohol. So this reaction, इसमें क्या हो रहा है? -1 कार्बन। ऐसे रिएक्शन which can decrease the number of carbon atom by 1, we say that these are descent, है ना? Descent of carbon or descent in the amine series या फिर descending reactions। ठीक है, so -1 कार्बन +1 कार्बन, these are quite important in the synthetic applications। कन्वर्जेंस के केस में काफी ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है। ठीक है, चलिए कॉपी दिस डाउन। देन कृष्णप्रिया, सफिया, नरसलान।
Yes, sir.
ओके गाइस, आई होप आप लोग थोड़ा समझ भी रहे हैं, ऐसा नहीं कि सिर्फ लिखते ही जा रहे हैं जब हम समझा भी रहे हैं तो। ठीक है, ट्राई टू आल्सो अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट्स हैपनिंग। नेक्स्ट वी हैव फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टीज। फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टीज, तो इन फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टीज द मेन डिफरेंस बिटवीन वन, देखिए आप, एक तो आपके पास अमीन्स के बारे में हम लोग को पढ़ना पड़ेगा, है ना? तो अमीन्स के बारे में समझ लीजिए, 3 टाइप के अमीन्स हैं। कैसे कैसे? 1 डिग्री, 2 डिग्री एंड 3 डिग्री। सो 1 डिग्री अमीन इज व्हाट? RNH2। It has nitrogen, hydrogen. So this primary amine, it can form hydrogen bonds. Similarly, R, nitrogen, the mother alkyl group R dash, and here you have hydrogen. So this 2 degree amine also is also having a hydrogen that is attached with nitrogen. That means it can take part in hydrogen bond formation with other molecules. But the tertiary amine that we are having, it does not have any hydrogen atom. That is why it cannot take part in the hydrogen bond formation. So these two can form hydrogen bond. 3 degree cannot form, can't form hydrogen bond. ठीक है, now this is one of the most important factors which affect the different physical properties। ठीक है, सबसे पहले आप लिखिएगा क्या? amines except 3 degree have higher boiling points than corresponding hydrocarbon and polar molecules, as the amines can form hydrogen bonds. ठीक है, so this whole sentence is for 1 degree and 2 degree only. 3 degree के लिए sentence है ही नहीं. Next point you will write. But boiling points of amines are lower than alcohol and carboxylic acid. Alcohol and carboxylic acid due to lower electronegativity of nitrogen atom than oxygen atom. Since oxygen atom is more electronegative, it is what it is more polar. और जितना ज्यादा polar होगा कोई चीज उसमें उतनी ही ज्यादा क्या होगी, it will be having more intermolecular forces of attraction. And when you have more intermolecular forces of attraction, the boiling point will be obviously higher. Now, next point you will write, as 1 degree amine forms 2 hydrogen bonds, its boiling point is higher than 3 degree amines. Oh my god, 2 degree and 3 degree. Higher than 2 degree and 3 degree amines. Okay. So if I talk about the boiling point of amines, सबसे ज़्यादा 1 degree, then we have 2 degree, and 3 degree is having quite lower because उसमें hydrogen bond ही नहीं बनता है. Next point, amines are less soluble in water than alcohol due to same thing, due to less electronegative nitrogen atom. Due to less electronegative nitrogen atom. Next point regarding solubility. Solubility of amines. Solubility of amines decreases with increase in carbon atoms as alkyl group is hydrophobic. Alkyl group is hydrophobic. Last point, aniline is not soluble in water due to bulky benzene ring. Raise your hand once you're done. Right, next, the chemical properties. Chemical properties. क्या है भाई chemical properties? The first one is important and it is also a test. Right, the first one. Carbyl amine reaction. Carbyl amine reaction, or it is also known as isocyanide test. ठीक है? तो कोई भी combination of words can be used. Isocyanide reaction or isocyanide test, कार्बाइलामीन reaction और कार्बाइलामीन test. तो इसमें सबसे पहले होता क्या है? Primary amines, that is RNH2. It reacts with chloroform and potassium hydroxide. In the presence of a bit of heat, it gives RNC. This is alkyl isocyanide, or in general you can write isocyanide or carbylamine, plus KCl plus H2O. So since benzene ring, that is aniline, it is also what? Nitrogen atom attached to one carbon. This is also what? Primary amine. It also reacts with the same reagents, that is CHCl3, KOH with some heat, and it gives phenyl isocyanide NC plus KCl and H2O. So both like primary amines will show aromatic या फिर aliphatic, दोनों ही, लेकिन primary amines हो. ठीक है? So you'll write a point aliphatic and aromatic primary amines react with chloroform and potassium hydroxide at elevated temperature to form isocyanide. This is also known as carbylamine, ठीक है ना? Isocyanide को carbylamine भी बोलते हैं, which has a very foul smell. ठीक है? So this RNC ना, ये जो है ना आपके पास, this is having foul smell. ठीक है? That means this reaction is not shown by by 2-degree and 3-degree amines, and therefore used as test for 1-degree amines. Raise your hand once you're done. Just waiting for Aslan now. Right, next, alkylation. So we have seen this reaction just in the method of preparation. Right here, alkylation. What happens in alkylation? We have primary amine and we react this with alkyl halide R dash Rx, and we get R nitrogen, which is attached with another alkyl group, and two hydrogens. Positive charge, which is balanced by X negative. Once you heat this, sorry, not heat, rather when you react with any base OH negative, you will get R nitrogen with another nitrogen as it is, and one hydrogen. Okay. Now this reaction can occur once again in order to give you what? ठीक है, so it is going to give you 3 degree. एक बार और करा दीजिएगा reaction. Like you will wait for everything and then you will do this reaction once again. तो आपको क्या मिल जाएगा? 3 degree amine. So 1 degree and 2 degree amines react with alkyl halide to form 3 degree amines. ठीक है, to form 3 degree amines. ठीक है, right, next. Third reaction. Reaction with aryl sulfonyl chloride. एक सेकंड जरा रुकिए यार, पेन इज सो थिक. Reaction with aryl sulfonyl chloride. Aryl sulfonyl chloride. So what is aryl sulfonyl chloride? You have benzene ring, which has sulfur doubly bonded with O, doubly bonded with O and Cl. ठीक है. So this is also known as Hinsberg reagent. Hinsberg reagent. ठीक है, इसको हम लोग कैसे लिखेंगे? I will write it pH sulfur double bond O, double bond O and Cl, or you can also write it like this: pH sulfur double bond O, double bond O Cl. ठीक है, कैसे भी लिख सकते हैं आप pH का इस्तेमाल करके. We are going to write, so we have the benzene ring, pH sulfur double bond O, sulfur double bond O and Cl. ठीक, when you are going to react this with, it is used for distinction of 1 degree, 2 degree and 3 degree. Yeah? So we are going to first of all look how it is reacting with different alkyl amines. So when you react with 1 degree, that is RNH2, then this nitrogen atom, it has lone pair electron. The sulfur, it is attached with 2 oxygen atoms and 1 chlorine. So obviously it will be having delta positive charge. This nitrogen will attack on sulfur, this chlorine will go away as a leaving group, and you will be getting pH sulfur with double bond O as it is, double bond O as it is, and we are having here nitrogen, alkyl group, and one hydrogen. Chlorine from here, it removes, it attaches with one hydrogen and it goes away as HCl. Now, if you look here, this hydrogen atom, it is quite acidic, because if you remove this hydrogen, nitrogen पे negative charge आएगा, and this negative charge will be in resonance with this oxygen atom, and this will be having a further resonance with the benzene ring. So this hydrogen is quite acidic. That means when you dissolve this compound in a base, this will be easily dissolved. Okay? So you will write this hydrogen is what? Acidic hydrogen. Acidic hydrogen. Therefore, soluble in alkali. Next is when you have R, nitrogen, hydrogen, and one more R, two alkyl groups. So since here we are having a hydrogen, this hydrogen will attach with chlorine and nitrogen will attach with sulfur. We'll get pH bonded with sulfur, double bond O, double bond O. This nitrogen atom will be left with two alkyl groups only. Now here we don't have any acidic hydrogen. That is why it is not soluble in water. No acidic hydrogen. Therefore, not soluble in alkali. Third is we have three alkyl groups, R, nitrogen, R, and one more R. Here, since we don't have any hydrogen atoms, that is why there will be no reaction taking place. No reaction as there is no hydrogen atom on nitrogen atom. ठीक है, no hydrogen atom on nitrogen atom. That's why there will be no product. ठीक है. So Hinsberg reagent is used for distinction of Hinsberg reagent is used for distinction of 1 degree, 2 degree, and 3 degree amines. Safia, Krishna, Priya, and Arslan, understood this? Yes or no, please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please, yeah. Safia, tell me.
No, sir, understood.
Understood. Raise your hand once you're done. Okay. Everyone is done. Now, there is a very similar reaction that occurs when you react any amine with not amine, primary and secondary amine with the derivative of carboxylic acid. Okay. So all of these reactions, they are known as acylation. What reaction is this? Fourth one. Right here, acylation. ठीक है. Acylation में क्या होगा? You have RNH2. ध्यान से देखिएगा जरा. RNH2 plus R dash C double bond O Cl, ठीक है। अब यहाँ पे this nitrogen atom that is having a lone pair electron, sorry guys. So this RNH2 here, it would be able to attack onto this carbonyl carbon because carbon is attached with double bond O and Cl. So you'll have a delta positive charge. So this nitrogen atom will attack on this carbonyl carbon, and what will happen? This chlorine will leave and with a hydrogen atom from here. ठीक है? तो आपको देखिए मतलब वो भी हम आपको दिखा देते हैं. See here. You have R dash carbon. अभी मान लीजिए आपके पास what happens? This pi bond breaks ऐसे. ठीक है? You have O negative because pi bond cannot be present on carbon atom, and then you have Cl here. Here we have nitrogen. This nitrogen has two hydrogens like this, and there is one alkyl group like this. ठीक है? Now, this nitrogen atom that you are seeing, it is now having 4 bonds, and that is why it will have a positive charge. As soon as it gets a positive charge, the hydrogen atom that is attached with both both the hydrogen atoms will get a highly delta positive charge. The chlorine atom, it has 3 lone pair electrons, and this would attack on the hydrogen atom. जैसे ही अटैक करेगा यहाँ पे, this hydrogen atom will leave the electron towards the nitrogen atom, and it will neutralize it. As soon as chlorine is attacking the hydrogen, chlorine has a valency of 1. It can make one bond. So what will happen? It will lose its bond. This bond will be loose, and this oxygen negative will go here and form a double bond. अब यहाँ पे अगर हम देखें, so there is something left. क्या निकल गया यहाँ से? HCl is removed from here, minus HCl. And what are we remaining with? We are remaining with this R dash as it is. The C double bond is formed. Then carbon nitrogen bond is as it is. This nitrogen, which was having a positive charge, that is neutralized by the hydrogen's electron. This nitrogen atom is also having a hydrogen attached to it, as well as there is an alkyl group. So if you can see here, what we have formed, we have formed a substituted amide here. Okay. So what you will get amide. ठीक है, आपने देखा कि इस अमीन पे क्या ऐड हो चुका है? असाइल ग्रुप. आर सी डबल बॉन्ड ओ इज व्हाट? दिस इज असाइल. तो आपके पास अमीन था आर एन, तो पहले से ही था. आर डैश सी ओ इज अटैच्ड, दैट इज द असाइल ग्रुप. दैट इज व्हाई इट इज नोन एज असाइलेशन ऑफ व्हाट? Acylation of amines. Now, the same reaction, or rather I should say, the same type of product is given by different carboxylic acid derivatives such as ester से भी यही मिलता है आपको, acid anhydride से भी यही मिलता है. This is acid halide. ठीक है. So यहाँ पे सबसे पहले लिखिएगा, first of all, aromatic and aliphatic. 1 degree and 2 degree only, not 3 degree, because 3 degree में हाइड्रोजन नहीं होता है. 2 degree reacts with क्या कैसे? एसिड क्लोराइड, एसिड क्लोराइड esters and acid anhydride to form amides. ठीक है. तो जैसे कि यहाँ पे HCl प्रोड्यूस हो रहा है, उसी तरह से when you are going to take esters, then their carboxylic acid will be formed. Acid anhydride में वहाँ पे carboxylic acid form होगा. So generally this reaction is done in the presence of pyridine. ठीक है. You will write the second point. The reaction is done in presence of pyridine, is done in presence of pyridine to neutralize the acid form and shift equilibrium on product side. ठीक है, अब सारे रिएक्शन जरा देख लेते हैं. लेट अस सपोज वी आर स्टार्टिंग विद CH3NH2. ठीक है, नाउ हाइड्रोजन यहां से निकलेगा, क्लोरीन यहां से निकलेगा. दिस थिंग विल बी एज इट इज. जो कार्बोनिल वाला कम फ्रैगमेंट है दैट विल बी एज इट इज. दैट मींस ये जो आपके पास फ्रैगमेंट है C डबल बॉन्ड विल बी एज इट इज. HCl बार में निकल जाएगा. तो आपने इसको ऐसे ही बनाया, C डबल बॉन्ड O इज एज इट इज. यहाँ पे नाइट्रोजन विथ 1 हाइड्रोजन एंड CH3. ठीक है, सिमिलरली if you have acid anhydride, C double bond O, oxygen, C double bond O. ठीक है, ठीक. So this part, carbonyl वाला part will be as it is. C double bond O, you will get NHCH3 from the amide. Same thing would happen if you are having esters also. C double bond O, let's suppose you have OCH3. यहाँ पे जो कार्बोनिल वाला पार्ट है that will be as it is, and you will have NHCH3. As you can see, all of these things are same, है ना, सारे सारे same products हैं, because the way we have taken the reagent. How are we going to name this? See, सबसे पहले तो यहाँ पे it is a amide and of how many carbons? 1, 2, 3 carbon atoms, and there is a methyl group attached on nitrogen. So nitrogen पे methyl group attached है, that means it will got N-methyl propane amide. ठीक है, we can do this using the functional group. It is amide. Unsaturation, there is no carbon-carbon double bond or triple bond, so that is why AN. Parent will be, see, this carbon atom which is having the carbonyl, it is what? Part of 3 carbon atom chain. It will be prop. There is only one substituent that is attached on the nitrogen atom, that is methyl. Since methyl is attached on nitrogen, it will be N-methyl. So N-methyl prop in amide, है ना? N-methyl propane amide. So that is the product that we will be getting. Raise your hand once you're done. Waiting for Aslan and Krishna Priya. चलिए, कितना हो गया? 4 is done, ना? Right, fifth reaction with nitrous acid, HNO2. ठीक है, so when we have primary amine, it's treated with, when it's treated with NaNO2 plus HCl or HNO2 in the presence of HCl. ठीक है, मेन यहाँ पे देखिए नाइट्रस एसिड जो है ना, इट इज वेरी very reactive, and that is why we don't keep it in any containers. जब भी हम लोगों को नाइट्रस एसिड की जरूरत होती है, we mix sodium nitrite and HCl to get HNO2. ठीक है, सो वी मिक्स इट एंड उसके बाद उसके ऊपर जो भी रिएक्ट करना रहता है उसको डाल देते हैं. So, इस प्रोसेस को बोलते हैं दैट वी प्रिपेयर नाइट्रस एसिड इन C2. C2 का मतलब सिचुएशन जब आएंगी तब आप प्रिपेयर करेंगे इन C2 इन द रिएक्शन मिक्सर इटसेल्फ व्हेनेवर इट इज नीडेड. ठीक है, सो व्हेन यू गेट अ रिएजेंट दैट इज प्रोडक्ट ऑफ अ रिएक्शन, जो रिएजेंट है आपका, यू आर मेकिंग द रिएजेंट यूजिंग अ रिएक्शन, सो दोस टाइप ऑफ थिंग्स आर नोन एज, वो प्रोसेस को बोलते हैं इन C2. ठीक है, तो इन C2 का वर्ड आया है तो आपको ध्यान रखना चाहिए इन C2 क्या होता है. So NaNO2 plus HCl, it gives you what? HNO2 and HCl या फिर Cl negative मिलता है. So you get diazonium salt. Diazonium salt is Rn2 positive, Cl negative. ठीक है, क्या ये diazonium salt. Now this diazonium salt, it is very unstable because N2 positive वगैरह इसमें. So what would happen? This would N2 will release, and in the presence of water with a bit of warming it, you will get alcohol, ROH plus N2 plus you will get HCl. ठीक है, तो you are getting what main product is यहाँ पे क्या, alcohol, and it is even if you don't heat it, वो moisture से react करके 25 डिग्री सेल्सियस के वार्मथ को भी लेके it is going to give you what, alcohol. But when you react with aniline, when we have aniline and we treat this with HNO2, HCl 0 to 5 degree Celsius, we get benzene diazonium chloride, N2 positive and Cl negative. This is what? Benzene diazonium chloride, BDC. This is stable due to resonance. ठीक है, ये हम लोग बाद में पढ़ेंगे when we will be talking about benzene diazonium salts ना, तब हम लोग पढ़ेंगे. ठीक है, why it is stable? It is stable due to resonance दो. ठीक है, तो ये these are the two reactions that you have to learn. इसके बाद आपके पास एक reaction that is see secondary amines and tertiary amines, उसके बारे में नहीं है NCERT में. They are just in that they react differently with HNO2. but जरा reaction देख लीजिए आप. We have nitrogen with hydrogen. There are two alkyl groups. So this is 2 degree. It reacts with HNO2. HNO2 का स्ट्रक्चर होता है OH, that is having a nitrogen atom attached to it. This is having doubly bonded with oxygen atom. ठीक है, इस तरह से होता है. So what happens? This H2O is removed from here like this. ठीक है, H2O निकल जाएगा and you will be remaining with what? The nitrogen atom. It is having two alkyl groups R2N. This nitrogen atom will be having a bond with another nitrogen atom of nitrous acid with double bond O. इसको बोलते हैं नाइट्रोसोअमीन. नाइट्रोसोअमीन. ठीक है, प्लस व्हाट यू आर गेटिंग, प्लस यू आर गेटिंग वाटर. आगे आपके पास है व्हेन यू हैव 3 डिग्री amines, that is R3N. when you react this with HONO या फिर HNO2, then you will be getting a salt that is R3N positive. ठीक है, R3N positive. This will attach the hydrogen from the nitrous acid और फिर आपको मिलेगा NO2 negative. So we are getting a salt. When you are going to just warm it, then what would happen? आपको यहाँ पे फिर से नाइट्रोसोअमीन मिलेगा, that is R2N, which is having a single bond with nitrogen, double bond with oxygen, plus you will get alcohol, that is ROH. ठीक है, this is again what, nitrosoamine that you are getting. Nitrosoamine. Fine, so this is reaction with 1 degree, aniline, 2 degree and 3 degree. Copy this down and raise your hand once you're done. Done everyone? Okay. So जरा देखिए आप लोग in the Learnivio app there will be an assessment activated on the method of preparation of amines. Just let me know if it is activated or not. Is it activated, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, ठीक है. So एक चीज आप लोग और tomorrow also you have a class. आप लोगों को कुछ मैसेज आया कल की क्लास के बारे में? कृष्ण प्रिया, सफिया, अरसलान, एनीवन? अरसलान, कृष्ण प्रिया, आप बताएं. सफिया का तो हमने अभी अभी नाम लिया है.
तो सर
Yes, अच्छा अभी तक नहीं
No,
आया. ठीक है.
sir.
ठीक है अरसलान, कल आपकी क्लास एक तो है सॉल्यूशंस की. ठीक है. दैट इज एट 4 PM KSA. सफिया, कृष्ण प्रिया, अरसलान, ऑल ऑफ यू. ठीक है. 4 PM KSA. दैट विल करस्पॉन्ड टू 5 PM UAE एंड 6:30 इंडियन टाइम. दैट इज सोल्यूशन. वो आपको प्रॉपर रेगुलर क्लास वाला सोल्यूशन है. ठीक है. देन यू हैव अ रिवीजन क्लास एंड दैट रिवीजन क्लास विल बी ओनली फॉर मतलब वो बोर्ड्स में जो प्रैक्टिकल में वाइवा क्वेश्चंस आएंगे ना उस पे एक बार हम डिस्कस करेंगे ना. देयर आर सम स्टूडेंट्स हु आर अ बिट नर्वस. आई डोंट नो व्हाट यू गाइस. व्हेन इज योर प्रैक्टिकल बाय द वे? आई थिंक इट इज ओनली आफ्टर 15th of January, right? All of you guys, Krishna Priya, Safia and Arsalan.
mine will start tomorrow, sir, but my chemistry is the coming Sunday.
Acha, what do you have tomorrow?
Tomorrow I have physics.
Acha, boards practical.
Yes, sir.
Or just like school वाला नहीं, boards marks
Yeah,
मिलेंगे.
both.
अच्छा, ओके फाइन. तो फिर चलिए ठीक है. यू विल गेट एन आइडिया दैट व्हाट्स द माहौल इन द प्रैक्टिकल लैब, है ना. बट अगेन फिजिक्स केमिस्ट्री इट मे चेंज आल्सो. यू नेवर नो. ओके. सो आई डोंट नो. कुछ टीचर्स आप लोगों को बताते हैं कुछ लाइक व्हाट विल बी आस्क्ड, व्हाट विल नॉट बी आस्क्ड? बिकॉज इट डिपेंड्स ऑन स्कूल टू स्कूल. इट चेंजेस वेरी रैपिडली द वे दैट पीपल आस्क क्वेश्चंस. हाँ कृष्ण प्रिया.
Yes, sir. For us, they said they will ask the chemical equations and based on our project mostly, but that's about it.
Based on your project.
Yeah, we had submitted a project based on that.
Sure. So nothing from, so okay, fine. So it will be difficult for me to take a class based on your projects because all your projects will be different. But I will still I will have some questions ready. So some I will look at the NCERT practical textbook. There they generally have some questions there, and those are the questions which usually people ask. Okay, but by the way, I'm just letting you guys know Viva and practical record book. Both of them, if you combine both of them, it contains only 4 marks. So basically आपका जो वाइवा होगा उसके सिर्फ 2 ही मार्क्स अवेलेबल हैं. The external who is coming to do viva for you, they can only give you two marks, and the other marks are for the practicals that you are going to give, the practical notebook that you are going to have. ठीक है. तो एक you are going to do 2 experiment, I guess. One will be volumetric analysis, titration वाला, and there will be salt analysis. ठीक है. तो दोनों के आई थिंक कुछ तो ऐसे 10-10 मार्क्स के करीब है. Then there was marks distribution. Just let me show you guys 2023-24. Evaluation scheme of examination, है ना, प्रैक्टिकल्स के लिए. So CBSE ने जो सिलेबस दिया ना, सिलेबस में उन्होंने ये चीज भी दी है that and practicals volumetric analysis will be of 8 marks, सॉल्ट एनालिसिस 8 मार्क्स, कंटेंट बेस्ड एक्सपेरिमेंट, अब ये कंटेंट बेस्ड एक्सपेरिमेंट केमिकल काइनेटिक्स वगैरह कहीं से मतलब शायद आप लोगों को कराएं, उसके 6 मार्क्स। देयर आर 3 एक्सपेरिमेंट्स दैट वी आर गोइंग टू डू, ठीक है। सो एक तो वॉल्यूमेट्रिक एनालिसिस जो कि प्रैक्टिकल एग्जाम का हो गया, सॉल्ट एनालिसिस प्रैक्टिकल के जो क्लासेस लगते हैं उसका हो गया, कंटेंट बेस होगा आपका किसी चैप्टर में से एक कोई एक्सपेरिमेंट आपको करना होगा, जनरली केमिकल काइनेटिक्स का होता है। किसी के यहाँ हुआ है कंटेंट बेस्ड एक्सपेरिमेंट? हाँ, एनीवन? कंटेंट बेस्ड
sir.
एक्सपेरिमेंट में, यस कृष्ण प्रिया?
No, we did tolerance test and all that. Is this about
हाँ
that?
हाँ हाँ, ये वो भी हो सकता है, फंक्शनल ग्रुप प्रेजेंट इन ऑर्गेनिक कंपाउंड,